I was just trying to drink some water on the plane. Then I noticed my nails were turning black. As a doctor, I instantly realized this was a sign of severe oxygen deprivation. The bottle in my hand started to twist and distort. The cup on the table began shaking violently. The flight attendant noticed something was wrong. She quickly sat down and buckled her seatbelt. She urged passengers to do the same, but by then, it was already too late. In the next second, the plane hit turbulence. The water in the cup suddenly floated in the air. Passengers who hadn't buckled up were sucked into the air. The entire cabin started shaking violently. People froze, terrified. The only thing they could do was grab the armrests. The captain realized the danger immediately. He put on his oxygen mask. With the pressure drop, the oxygen masks fell from above. Passengers quickly put on their masks to breathe, but my wife didn't get the chance. She fainted from lack of air before she could breathe. At that moment, a woman in the restroom was also trapped. The turbulence was so violent she couldn't open the door. Finally, she fainted on the floor. I rushed to the flight attendant area. I found an emergency oxygen bottle. I quickly put it on my wife. That saved her from the brink of death. Then, after another intense jolt, the pressure inside the cabin miraculously stabilized. Flight 7500 had survived the ordeal. To reassure us, the captain made an announcement. It turned out the turbulence had caused a storm, but they had fixed it. The plane would descend to stabilize the pressure. We finally breathed a sigh of relief. Soon, the flight attendant found the woman who had fainted. She quickly gave her oxygen. Miraculously, the woman woke up. We thought the nightmare was over, but then strange things started happening. A middle-aged man began gasping for air. The flight attendant, Lisa, immediately called for help. I rushed to assist, but the man's condition worsened quickly. He kept pointing at his mouth. Before I could figure out what he wanted, blood suddenly sprayed from his mouth. Then he began convulsing like a zombie, but soon he went completely still. When I laid him down, I realized he had stopped breathing, with a passenger dead on board. The captain reported it to the control tower. We still had an hour before landing, so the crew moved the body to the business class. They covered him with a blanket, but soon after, a man sneaked upstairs. He'd seen the dead man's gold watch. He tried to steal it, but after pulling the watch off, he didn't leave. Instead, he took out his phone to take pictures. He even mocked the dead man. Then, in a horrifying moment, the corpse's head suddenly turned. The body sat up. The thief froze in terror.